All right, you'll have to excuse the presentation because the sun is right in my eyes. But anyway, here we are at stop 2, a little 2025 Brewtubers Get-together, and I gotta go to Burial because, of course, all of you have to go to Burial. Come on. So the first one we're gonna get, and you're gonna see some cuts here because the names of Burial beers are so long, which you will find out that there's no way I can remember all of them without a tap list in front of me. And unfortunately, the tap list would be on my phone. So the first one is the Guillotine of Contemplation. This is a double IPA with pineapple. Pretty bright yellow number. Yellow color. Definitely smells like fresh cut pineapple juice. Big, sweet, bold, sharp, very nice. Cheers. It's pretty piney and dank. The pineapple flavor's there. Maybe a little bit of a melony body to it. It's not super thick, but it's not light either. Yeah, dank, pineapple, piney, very tasty. Cheers. Okay, next up, until there was emptiness where there was something left to give. There's a lot of vowels and consonants in the name of this beer, but you would expect that from a triple IPA, right? So similar type of color to the previous one. Light gets through there quite a bit. The aromatics are pretty faint, especially for a triple IPA. I'm kind of getting a piney straw type of essence. It's pretty light. Quite light, actually, very light. But again, you get that straw type of note from the aroma. Cheers. Very faint. That's pretty dank. That's got a big melony body to it. Yeah, big melony body. Pretty dank. And it's got a kind of a slow hop bite to it that kind of grows as it sits in the back of your palate. Pretty solid, and something with this harsh hop bite to it, you definitely believe it's triple. Cheers. Now we're getting to the dark side. All right, next up, and now that I can see a little bit over my shoulder, see that bus? Oh, I can guarantee there's going to be some beer reviews shot inside that bus in July. There's another one right over there. So this is called a magical menagerie of the misunderstood. There's a lot of M's in that, a lot of iteration. It's an imperial stout. It's sea salt. It's got some berries in there. And it's a collaboration with Fort George. I do not know where, well, I know where Fort George, like the city is. That's in upstate New York. I don't know where Fort George Brewery is. I would assume that's probably in the same place, but maybe not sure. So it's darkest night, as you can see. I get chocolate, I get caramel. I do get something of a little bit of a salty note. Not so much berries. Well, maybe like darker berries, like a blueberry or blackberry, something like that. Yeah, pretty dark and heavy. Cheers. Holy cow. All right. I won't say berry, but to me this has a very distinct flavor of like a raisin, and not like when you think of like dark fruit in a beer, that kind of like raisiny, figgy type of flavor, like an actual like just eat a raisin. That's what it kind of tastes like, mixed with chocolate, mixed with some caramel. Don't get the salt doesn't come through as much on the flavor as it did on the aroma, but it's very decadent. It's quite sweet, so definitely not for the diabetes faint of heart. Cheers, everyone. We got one left. All right, last one. Bear with me. Things we see in the shadows are reminders of the unforgotten. Yeah, that's it. Things we see in the shadows are reminders of the unforgotten. I'll tell you, these burial names, they're a mouthful. Make sure you have someone for like a printout copy of these beers, because you will not remember them and do one complete video. You won't. So there's a lot of coconut in here. There's some nutmeg. Hey, nutmeg. There's some pumpkin. There was pumpkin something in there. I spent so much energy remembering the name of the beer, I can't remember what I just looked at on the ingredients. It does have a big, strong spice note, whether that's nutmeg, whether that's cinnamon. I remember cinnamon on the menu. That was a good reminder. Yeah, but cinnamon, nutmeg, it definitely, pumpkin even. It does smell like a pumpkin beer if you were to make a pumpkin beer as a stout. That's definitely what you're getting on the aromatics here. Cheers as I cleanse my palate. And it's made with decaf coffee. So this not only is an imperial stout, it's an imperial coffee stout, I suppose. To me, as everyone knows, I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. But to me, this tastes like what I smell coffee as when I walk into a coffee house, a brew shop, whatever the case may be. A fresh brew, a cold brew, that sort of thing. This tastes like what those coffee houses smell like. Absolutely 100%. There's something of a spice note in there, which is kind of balancing the coffee pretty nice. So if you're not a coffee person, you could probably still enjoy this, because everything else is there and balancing out the kind of less desirable notes of coffee if you're not a coffee person. So that's four, and I got some food coming, so stay tuned for that. All right, as everyone knows, my brand is a food brand too, not just a beer brand. So it happens to be Wing Wednesday while I'm here, so we have to partake, right? Let's give it a glory shot. There's a flats and drums in here, so I'll get you a look at the flat first, nice and meaty. It's got a nice kick to it. The heat slowly rises, and it's got kind of a peppery bite to it at the back end that also just continues to grow and grow. Very good, very good. Remember, proper wing etiquette: clean your bones. Proof. All right, we'll do a drum. This one had a bit more of that kind of smoked charcoal on there, so that definitely comes through a bit more. But flavors are still the same in there. Again, proper wing etiquette, clean your bones. Now, unfortunately, when we're here for the get-together, it'll be a Friday, so it will not be Wing Wednesday, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of tasty items on the menu. I'm going to finish this flight, and we'll see you at the next stop.